Hello everybody, welcome to this week's podcast. We have a very different podcast today. We're currently in the car driving up from West Palm Beach to Orlando. We've done the tailor-made shoot with the pros the last couple of days. We've been traveling, been to Dubai as well, and we wanted to get a podcast out, and we were brainstorming last night with the team, and we said, why don't we do something in the car? And we came up with an idea to get Sean and Hannah, who are in the back, say hello guys.
Hello.
To ask us questions, 10 random questions that you guys might be interested in. So they've prepared the questions. We have no clue on what they're going to say, Piers. Should we be worried, actually?
Yeah, I think we should be.
We have no clue what they're going to say. But they prepared 10 questions that, we'll see which direction it goes. They're quite excited in the back, actually. I can see their faces now. They've got big smiles on their faces. So should we get started?
Yeah.
Sean, are you going to go first? First question, yeah?
Yes, I'll go first.
Okay.
So, obviously you guys have been all around the world the last 10 years since you started Me and My Golf. My question to you is, what's the best golf course you have ever played in that time?
Okay, best golf course ever played. I'm going to have to say... Well, it's a tough one, but I'm going to say... I've got to go with Pebble Beach.
Oh, he's changed.
I've got to go with Pebble Beach because as much as Sawgrass was beautiful, we're actually on the way to Sawgrass now, but as much as Sawgrass was beautiful, Pebble Beach, I mean, it's just iconic, isn't it? It's beautiful, it's on the ocean. The golf course was, just really special. So for me, I'm going to say Pebble Beach. Piers?
Yes, this is a tough one. I would say... this is how I kind of say this answer to everybody. Royal Melbourne was amazing approach play, so the iron shots into the green complexes, the way the bunkers guard the greens, it was phenomenal. But I am going to say Sawgrass because the whole course, off the tee as well, is very good. So I would say Sawgrass. The finish 16, 17, 18, we actually course logged it, check that out, whilst we were playing with Bill and another guy, I think it was.
Bill and
Ben. That was my favourite though, still,
Okay.
Sawgrass.
So Sawgrass and Pebble Beach, both amazing golf courses. Okay, good first question.
Very
Right.
good.
Hannah, is it yours?
It's me. So my question is...
You have to speak up louder.
Oh,
You have to shout.
get closer.
Okay.
My question is, what would your least favourite shot be like if you were on the course and you were faced with a shot? What is the toughest shot that you'd be faced with?
Oh, toughest shot. You can go first on this one, Piers. Toughest shot that you wouldn't want to play.
Yeah, I'd say a 40-yard pitch on an uphill lie into grain with, doesn't matter where the flag is really. Yeah, that would be the lie that I wouldn't like to play. So obviously the club can stick in the ground really easily. I think that would be the one. Other than you standard sort of like plugged in the back of it on a downslope in the back of a bunker. But
Okay.
as far as a relatively normal shot, I'd go with that.
Okay. I would go with between a 40 and 50 yard bunker shot because they're just so hard to hit that shot perfect. Well, to hit that shot well, you need to strike it really good. So I'm going to say 40, 50 yard bunker shot. Really tricky shot to play.
I thought you were going to say the 18th tee at St Andrews.
Yeah, that's easy.
I have to agree with you on, I can never play that shot.
It's hard, isn't it?
I'm just happy to get it out, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
So yeah, I think again it's kind of like it falls under the umbrella of Me and My Golf. But since you started Me and My Golf, what's been the most unbelievable moment where you've had to sit back and go, "Oh my God, is this actually happening right now?"
Ooh, I'm going to say straight away. First thing, there's been a lot of those moments, but I'm going to say the most strangest moment like that was watching Aaron win the Scottish Open. So obviously we've worked with Aaron Rye now since it was 10 or 11 years old, and always had some certainty that he's going to do some good things in golf and be a winner and do the things that he's doing. But to see him do it is still quite strange. You're watching him come down in a playoff with Tommy Fleetwood, and then he wins the Scottish Open, and it's like, hang on a minute, we worked with this guy from a junior. We've watched him grow up, and now he's a multiple European Tour winner, and now on the PGA Tour. So I think the satisfaction in that is, it's pretty special. That's definitely a moment. There's been so many, but that's probably can't believe that's just happened, really. Even though we were certain something that like that would happen, it's still strange to experience.
So I would say, I would do the same as that for sure. Maybe when he won in Hong Kong as well, that would be the highlight. But if I'm going to say something different, wow, there's about, as I'm looking out the car now, 50 eagles circling above. Anyway, that's helpful for the podcast. I'd say probably the first time we filmed with Rory at the Bears Club, because that was cool. It was a different kind of shoot that we normally do, because Rory was the only person there. We just specifically went there just with Rory. He did a commercial afterwards as well. We were able to watch that. I think that was kind of a pinch yourself moment when you go, oh, this is actually pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So I would say that would be the one.
Yeah. Good. Okay, next question, Hannah.
My second question, it's a quick and easy one, but people would want to know this. How many hole-in-ones have you each had?
Oh, you have to bring this one up.
Sorry.
I paid it to
Pierce, you start.
3. I've had 3.
Where were yours, actually? I know the one
Oxley
of them.
Park was 2 of them. The second, I hit 5-iron in the hole playing with Dan.
Yeah.
Dan Bateman. The 12th playing with 8-iron, that was. Couldn't see the ball go in the hole. That was with Mark Hale, Kevin Hale and Luke Jones, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then the 2-iron from 250 or just about Atalaya Park, 7th hole I think it was, playing with you, Big Daz and Rob.
Yeah. And I've had 0 hole-in-ones. So I've had 0 hole-in-ones on a big full-size course, but I've had at least 10 on a par 3 course. But I don't count those because it's just not quite the same. They're like 75, 80 yards.
So that was the course where we did the vlog when I had hole-in-one on video.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Yeah, so
that Hannah nearly missed.
So, none yet. I'm saving mine for a special moment at a top golf course.
I think it will be special.
It's gotta happen.
We were taking the mick out of Aaron a little bit yesterday because he played Sawgrass yesterday, or the day before for the first time, and he hit it in the water on 17. We were like, oh, yeah. And he said, but I had a hole-in-one on the second. I was like, oh, okay.
Aaron's had 2 hole-in-ones in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had one in a practice round I can't remember the course, and then he had one at Sawgrass yesterday.
Houston, I think.
Or whatever it was, 2 days ago. Yeah, crazy. So that's okay. Next question, Sean.
Thanks, Hannah, for that one.
Yeah, that's
good question, Hannah. Great question.
So obviously this guy was actually the first pro I ever filmed with, Colin Morikawa.
Was he really?
Yeah. So seeing the rise he's had over the last couple of years has just been brilliant, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I say there, he's had a good couple of years. He's now the first American to win the race to Dubai on Sunday. What impresses you most about him and his golf game?
I mean, look. Obviously, his swing is very, very good. His creativity, what he can do with the golf ball, how consistent he is. But I think more of, I think there's 2 things. His attitude is really, really mature. Like, you speak to him and he feels like you're chatting to a seasoned 40-year-old pro who's been on tour for a long, long time. And I think a lot of these guys now are coming up mentally really ready and strong. He just seems really mature and really together. The other thing is his commitment. Apparently, I saw something the other day, and I think he was doing some training, like fitness training, the day after they won the Ryder Cup. He was like straight back on it, working at his fitness the next day after the Ryder Cup. And you go, well, I always remember Johnny Wilkinson, like when they won the World Cup in rugby. And I think it was like the next day or the next 2 days, he's like back training, and it's like a different level of commitment. It's like, right, done, but maybe celebrate for a small amount of time, but it's like, look, okay, back to it, real professional, and just a really humble guy as well. He was just a really nice guy, so I think those are the things that stand out to me.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. For me, he's a great iron player, and he's got a big old pair of Watsits as well.
He's got some Watsits.
Yeah, he's just unbelievable when the pressure's on. You saw at the Ryder Cup, you saw at the Open. I've not seen him crumble yet in a tournament. I'm sure he has let tournaments go, but he has. He just knows how to win when the pressure's on. He doesn't back down.
No, that's what you need to do, though, don't you?
Plenty of bottle.
He's like a John Rahm, isn't he, in that way?
How do you even condition that, though? How do you learn that? I think you've got to have real good expectations, but real good determination. You've got to back it up, like you said, with working really hard. So when he's won, the next day he's out there training hard still.
Yeah, for a 24-year-old lad, he's like, yeah, I mean, we were saying the other day, actually, Colin Morikawa, it's going to be hard to replicate anything that Tiger's done, but it's as somebody who can have a good go at that. For me, it's like this guy can...
Looks that way.
This guy can move towards something special, I think.
Yeah. I think you're right when you're saying, when you're talking about mentality, attitude and stuff like that. If he shows that and he's winning already, it's like he's already on the right step.
Exactly.
Hannah?
Yeah. I want to know, what are you both working on in your golf game right now?
Oh,
That's a great
Pierce, you
question.
can go with that first.
So, I would say the most immediate thing is actually just going a little bit back, revisiting what we did with the golf lesson I had off Andy last year, about
In Bermuda.
Yeah, about a year now, wasn't it? In Bermuda. So it's more hip turn in the backswing of the driver. So it's pretty simple. So yeah, more hip turn in the backswing with the driver.
How are you doing that?
It's straight away. It's basically. So as soon as I start the backswing, the hips are actually turning as I'm moving my hands.
What
So-
about anything that you're doing in the legs to improve that?
I'm not thinking anything in the legs. I know that my right leg will probably be a little bit straighter, my left knee will move in a little bit more, but I'm not actually thinking about that.
Okay.
It's purely, I feel like just the belt just turns straight away when the hands go.
And you drove it well in L's Club in Dubai a couple of weeks ago.
I drove it really
last
good, yeah.
week. So
Yeah.
Okay.
But then unfortunately, Emirates or American Airlines snaps my driver shaft. So yeah, thanks for that. I've had that for 5 years, and it's been my go-to shaft, and they snapped
Yeah,
it. It's lovely.
snapped. So for me, what I'm working on, I haven't really had a proper go at anything for a long time in terms of changing my golf swing. It's always just been subtle feels. But over the last couple of weeks, it's been quite extreme, the feeling. I'm like, right, I need to make a change. And when you make a change, it needs to feel extreme to have a small effect. So what I'm working on is getting my arms more in front of my body on the way back to get the club a little bit more laid off. So on the way down, I can actually turn more. So my arms get a little bit, my right arm pulls back a little bit, gets behind me, and then I have to sort of use the body and slide to try and sort of take the steepness out. What I want to do is get the steepness out on the way back by getting it more laid off, by getting my arms more in front of me. Then, so as I start transition, I can start to rotate a little bit better on the downswing. So that's what I'm doing. But I feel like my arms are just moving out on the way back really aggressively. So it's going to take a bit of work at the moment.
It's hard, isn't it? You need to. I always think, because obviously I've seen you hit shots, and I've seen the difference when you practice versus the difference on the golf course.
Yeah.
When you're on the golf course, you almost need a little bit of golf course time where you just play
Practice.
golf maybe by yourself.
Yeah,
and you just hit like multiple drives off tee boxes.
Just feeling the
To
exaggeration.
get the same move, because it's just, you can't. I don't think you can do swing changes fully on the range. I think
No.
you need to be on the golf course.
Oh yeah, nice balance of the two is good.
Good question, Hannah.
Yes, thank you.
Now, guys, I want you to behave yourselves, but who's the better golfer, Andy or Piers?
Andy, I'll let you answer that first.
Okay. Well, I think we're both going to say that we are the better golfer. I don't think we can really answer that question.
That is a good point, actually.
But I would say me.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think if you look at it, I mean, you know, probably the first time I'll say this, I would say Andy is the better golfer. I think where Andy is better is his chipping and his putting is definitely more consistent. I think Andy's just he's definitely a better putter, which is a big thing when you're playing golf, obviously. But you know what? I think it's
we have great games.
Yeah.
I think the difference is that none of us now either of us are working at our games a lot, as much as we'd like to. So if we go out at the moment, I could have a blinder, you could have a blinder. It's always close, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You don't. Yeah, exactly.
We're actually a really good partnership on the course, because we can both make eagles and birdies, and we can both make some doubles and some bogeys. We just need to make sure that they're on the different holes.
Yeah.
So we're a lethal four ball.
We'll take anyone who's listening to this.
Exactly, we'll take anyone on.
Tommy, Rory.
Yeah,
No problem.
Do we need to set up an Andy versus Piers anytime soon, where you both work at trying to absolutely...
Maybe we ask the audience, should we do a head-to-head match in Las Vegas? Got to make it Las Vegas.
Yes.
Like Bryson and Koepka. And should we do that?
Pretend to hate each other for a year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Let us know. Screenshot it, tag us in. Let us know in the DMs. Should we do a head-to-head match?
Can we do it without working out a game? Because we're never going to have time to
No,
do
because
that.
we can build it up, can't we?
Yeah, we can just play.
Build it up. I can
Just have a
change my backswing in that time.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Hannah.
Right, you've got 9 holes. You can play with anyone from golf history. Who would it be?
A 4-ball. So 3 other people.
Yes.
Okay. Piers, you go first.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I would always want to put in. This is a weird one, really. I would really loved to be able to play golf with my granddad if he could have, if he'd have played more and things like that together. So, but aside from that sort of stuff, as far as proper golf is concerned, who would the 3 be? Whew, I'll tell you what. I mean, you've got to say Tiger. And I want to then have them in their pomp when I play with them as well. So I'd say Tiger. I'd go Tiger, Nicklaus and Hogan. I mean, I don't think you can get much better than that.
Tiger, Nicklaus. Okay, I would go. Has to be Tiger. I would then say Nick Faldo, because he was an idol of mine growing up. When I started the game at 13, 14, 15, he was like just the man. He was like the guy who would be like. He was like the Tiger. The next, So for me, it would be Nick Faldo, Tiger Woods, and the other one I would probably say. I'd say Hogan as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Faldo's the reason that I like Audemars Piguet as well.
Okay.
Yeah. When I first started playing, saw an advert in a golf magazine. I thought, what is that watch?
Okay.
I want one of those.
Yes. Nice.
Good question.
If you weren't a golf coach, what do you think you would have been?
DJ's answer was still the best to this.
Well,
Peter
wasn't
Crouch's.
Peter Crouch says I'll be single?
I'll be a virgin.
Yeah. Well, I'm already a virgin, so that's oh God, what would it be?
What would it be, or what would it want to be? What are you saying?
Let's say what you would want to be, because I
you'd
think
want to
that's
be.
probably more appropriate.
Jeez.
I've never been asked this question, and I really don't know what to say.
Okay, I'm gonna say some form of coach still, because coaching I think it's inbred in me and you to want to help and coach people, whether it's just on anything really. I mean, you look at the people that we coach, we're not just coaching the golf swing, we're listening to the words they say, we're looking at their body language. Our job as a golf coach is much more than golf. We're coaching their brain as well, and coaching how they think. So for me, it would have to be some form of coaching still, whether that be whatever else that could be. I can't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah, I think it would have to be a coach as well. I think it would be quite cool being a coach in an Olympic setup. You think about like being a Premier League manager or things like that, but that's like really high stress, and I think that's some sort of coach for the GB&I Olympic team.
Okay.
That's good.
Sounds good. Hannah?
This might actually be the last question.
Last question?
Yeah.
Oh, last question.
Okay, make it a good one.
It is, it's a biggie. In the Me and My Golf journey, what are you both looking forward to the most? What's coming up?
Ooh.
Beautiful
That is a big
question.
one.
Okay.
Beautiful question.
Do you know what? I've got I'm going to say two things. Two things that I'm looking forward to. First thing I'm looking forward to is the beginner mission that we're going to be doing. So our mission really is to give back to the game and get as many golfers into the sport as we can. It's something that we're passionate about. We're excited about this next year. Just because we know how great the game is, and we know if we can get people into it, they'll stay in the game. And golf's given us a great life, and all our friends are involved in golf now, so it's just a great sport to be a part of from a social and travel perspective. But the next thing might sound a bit strange. The next thing I'm looking forward to is the unpredictability of what we don't know is going to happen. Because a lot of the stuff that's happened over the last few years has just been unexpected, not predictable. And we've been in moments and you go, how the hell have we ended up here? How the hell have we ended up doing a video with Rory McIlroy? It's not been predicted. We didn't plan to do that. So you go, well, okay, what are we going to do in the future that we're actually just not even aware of now? Yeah. So for me, beginner mission, and I'm looking forward to not knowing what's coming up. If that makes sense.
I love unpredictability. It's the secret to what we do, I think. Yeah, that's a good one. Right, okay, what do I say? Oh, geez. I think, you know what, I mean, we've worked really hard on... There's two things again for myself, I would say then. We've worked really hard on the membership program, and the content on there is fantastic. The majority of that content has been done by Hannah from the coaching plans point of view, so well done, Hannah, on that. And I think it's just an amazing resource for helping golfers get better. But I still think we're kind of switching our gaze a little bit from just content on that to add in new features now. We know the time is right for us to do that, and I think that's really exciting what that holds. We've got some great ideas. I don't want to talk too much about them because the app's just taken us 18 months to get launched, so you don't want to start saying what we're going to be doing and promising things, but I think that's really exciting on how we've just got this opportunity to make golfers better. And it's not just about technique, we know that. There's a lot of other ways we can do that. So that's really exciting. And I think the next thing is kind of moving to America. You know, that's something that's more of a... It's going to be a great one for the business, but it's also a very important thing for the personal. So, you know, Andy will move out, me and Donald will move out, and that's something we've been waiting for a long time. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully that can happen next year.
Definitely. And if you haven't downloaded the app yet, go and check it out in the iTunes store and download the app now. It's a great way to keep connected with us and get our content on your phone.
So your golf swing.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty more coming.
So, any more questions, guys, or is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah,
that is it.
Great questions,
Thank
guys.
you. Good questions. And we didn't, like I say, we didn't have a clue what they were going to ask us. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Some random questions in the car. Hope you can hear it as well, by the way. If you did tune in there, obviously just screenshot this, tag us in, let us know your thoughts on the podcast as well, and if you can leave us a rating and a review, check it out on iTunes, that would be very much appreciated.
And don't forget to say goodbye to Hannah when you screenshot and tag us in, because she is, as Andy said, she's leaving. She's been with us for 4 years, and she's now headed off to... You're working for Trotty Golf now, is it?
He wishes.
He wishes. But no, it's been amazing having Hannah on board. She's been fantastic with the team, so we wish her all the happiness and best of fortune in the future.
Good luck, Hannah.
They're just trying to make me cry now.
Yes, we're going to make you cry.
I'm trying to do it, but it's not working just yet. Thanks for listening,
Thanks, guys.
everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Bye.